In this video, we're going to take a look at how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. So for our first example, let's go with 7/4. Now remember that the numerator of a fraction tells me how much or how many. And if we think Thanksgiving here, think about Thanksgiving pie, this is like saying we have 7 slices of pie. The denominator tells me how many slices make a full pie, or the size of those pieces. So in this case, I'm going to focus more on this being how many it takes to make a whole. So if it takes 4 slices to make a full pie, and I have 7 slices, then I can make 1 full pie. Now, if I take 4 slices out of this 7 to make my 1 full pie, I'm going to end up with 3 slices left over. Now, how many slices does it take to make a full pie? Well, it still takes 4 slices to make a full pie. So therefore, my answer is 1 3/4. Let's try another example. This time let's do 23/6. So, again, if we think Thanksgiving, I have 23 slices, but it takes 6 slices to make a full pie. So that means that I can take out 6 slices from this 23 to make 1 full pie. And if I do that, I'll be left with 17 slices, which again, how many slices does it take to make a full pie? It still takes 6. Now if we look at our fraction here, it's still improper. So that means I can take another 6 slices out of my 17 to make a second full pie. And I'll still have 11 slices left over when 6 makes a full pie. And we notice that we still have an improper fraction, which means I can take another 6 slices out of here to make a third full pie. Now if I take 6 slices out of here, I'll be left with 5 slices, and again it still takes 6 slices to make that full pie. And finally, I don't have an improper fraction, which means that 23/6 simplified is 3 5/6. Now this is extremely slow, and I don't recommend doing it this way. Instead, what I recommend that we do with a problem like this is realize that fractions mean division. So when we see 23/6, this means 23 divided by 6. So if we think about it that way, we can speed this process up a lot faster. So 23 divided by 6, well, 6 goes into 23 3 times. So that means there are 3 times that I can take a group of 6 out of 23. So this whole number 3 is like 3 full pies where each of them are cut up into 6. So 3 times 6 gives me 18. So that'd be 18 slices total. Well, I'm taking 18 slices out of this 23. So if I do 23 minus 18, we end up with 5 slices left over. So therefore, my new numerator is 5, and it still takes 6 slices to make a full pie. So my answer in one step is 3 5/6. For our final example, let's take a look at something much larger. So 147/4. Now, this isn't something we're necessarily going to do in our heads, and so since this means division, I should be thinking 147 divided by 4. Let's go ahead and throw this in a division box. So 147 divided by 4. Now when we divide, we want to go digit by digit. So 4 goes into 1 0 times. Now we move on. 4 goes into 14 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12, and we subtract 14 minus 12 is 2, and then I bring down my 7. Now 4 goes into 27 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract that and we end up with 3. Now, there's nothing left to bring down, which means I'm not allowed to put anything else up. So, I'm going to have to take this leftover 3 and turn that into my fraction. So the leftover 3 becomes the numerator, and the denominator of this fraction will be the same as the denominator of my original fraction, or my divisor. And so 147 fourths is 36 3/4. And that's how we change improper fractions to mixed numbers.